Hi, this is just a little rundown of a Dumble patch that I put together yesterday. I don't know much about the Dumble. I've heard things about it. I've never played one. In fact, to be honest, I don't think I've ever really heard one, but I've heard a lot of good things about them. So I thought what I'd do is I'd actually set up a patch and just play around with it. I heard they do a really nice clean and with a nice sort of overdrive behind it at low gain. You get like a really nice blues rock sound. So I thought I'd give it a go. Anyway, I'll show you my setup, how I've organised this. Over here, this section here, you can see that I'm running two outputs. So this one here, the 1/4 inch, goes to a power amp that I'm using to power a Marshall 2x12. It's got the vintage 30s in it. Celestion vintage 30s. So I run this direct to the power amp to power the speaker cabinet. Just if the gig warrants having a speaker cab on stage with me. It's a really nice sound, so I really kind of enjoy having that there. This output here runs direct to PA. As you can see here, that's why I've got an IR, but I also use the Celestion vintage 3412 IR here, but I use the 121 to 57 mic combination on that. Excuse me. I do a low cut at 80 hertz and a high cut at 6 hertz. I know that probably might sound a little bit extreme, but it just takes a little bit of that fizz off it and into the PA that I use anyway, which is a QSC rig. Sounds absolutely superb. Okay, I'll just quickly run through everything that I've got using this, the Line 6 litigator, which I believe's been modelled on the Dumble. I've got everything pretty much set at 5, up here, the drive, bass, mids, trebles. I've got the presence set at 3 just to bring it up a bit. I'm using a telly, but most of the time, especially with this kind of sound, I'm running on the neck pickup. So a little bit of presence is quite nice. The channel volume I have set at 9, pretty much through all my snapshots, I think. Let me just have a look. 2, 3, yep, 9. So that doesn't change. And I've also got the master at 5.2. I tend to just pull back on the sag, pull the hum and ripple out, and leave the bias where they are. Sometimes if you up the bias, it just warms up the sound a little bit, but I think it sounds quite nice at 5. For my first snapshot, here, let me just run through this. I've got a low frequency, not a parametric EQ set up here in this part of the chain. I just, boost 110 hertz. I know it's weird that I've got a low cut at 80 hertz at the end of the chain, but I've got a boost at 110 at the beginning of the chain. I'm not sure I can really explain that. But I just do. And it just seems to give it a really nice warm tone. We'll have a listen to this in a second and I'll run through all the snapshots. Okay, I always just have a kinky boost in the mix somewhere along the line. I really like it. It just gives it a really nice body to it. And sort of brightens it up a bit. A little bit of drive doesn't tend to, colour the drive too much. I just think this is just a really nice block and I really like it. Okay, so for my first snapshot, I've just called Crunch. It's pretty clean, so I'm not sure why I've called it Crunch. Because I kind of use this as a template for a lot of my patches, and my snapshots tend to sort of follow the same format. Snapshot 1 clean, snapshot 2 a little bit of crunch, and all the way through to 4. The 4th snapshot, which is usually like a lead boost. Anyway, so that's snapshot 1. Let's have a look at snapshot 2. Here, what I've brought in is a Minotaur. Just a real low gain there. I've just pulled back on the tone just a little bit, just so that that mid-range kind of matches the clean tone. In the Dumble, I haven't really changed anything, and nothing changes, there. So really, all I've done is just add a little bit of dirt. All right, snapshot 3, I called Distortion. Again, not really sure why. Yeah, it's come from another patch, right? So I've boosted the drive here a little bit up to 6. Everything else I've left pretty much as it is. And now, I can't remember let me just have a look. Oh yeah, just a little bit of a gain boost on the Minotaur. And now you can see here that when I go to 2, I'm just kicking on the delay there, which is just a simple delay. You guys can work that out, whatever suits you. Let's go back to the Minotaur, and for my lead boost, just get another little kick in the guts there, and I've boosted the drive up from 6 to 6.4. So there's nothing huge as far as big leaps in distortion. I wouldn't use this patch for anything heavy. I would, if I was doing some kind of John Mayer sort of stuff, that this is probably what the patch I'd use. I actually really like it. Sounds absolutely fantastic. So what I'll do is I'll pop out of this now, and I'll record little samples from all 4 drives. And if you like it, it'll be up on my thing on what's it called, Custom Tone. All right. Well, I hope this has been of some use to you, and good luck.